Okay, y'all. It's the 22nd. So let's see here. Let's figure out what I'm going to talk about today. Came from the VA today. Everything was okay, Still got to work on a few little things for my medical. Biggest thing, so I'm still like in a lot of pain and stuff. I hadn't said anything in the last few days in the videos, but I am in pain. Let's see here. What we're going to talk about today. Okay, this is one. Any of you guys ever like tell somebody something? Got these people in your life who will only believe what they believe and won't believe the truth. So whatever they believe first is the thing. And I thought about this because the Ring battery needs to be changed. It's only been 3 weeks since it was last changed. Well, they used to last months. Now they last weeks. And the reason being is they're always plugged up. So we have 2 Ring batteries, one all ready to just pop in when the alert goes off, and one that's in there, of course. Well, my wife will plug it and keep it plugged in, and I keep telling her, you can't do that, it kills the battery. And she's like, that doesn't make any sense. I'm like, no, the way the batteries are designed now, if you keep them plugged in, it actually kills the batteries. Well, how will it be ready when time comes? You charge it up, unplug it, and if you need to charge it a little bit more, it's only going to be a few minutes. No, that's not right. That is right. You can look it up. I just don't get it. So anyway, today I'm going to talk about passing. Maybe I'll look for a Reddit read to do. So I saw this one this morning. It just really like sparked a lot of past memories and shit. So for those of you who don't know what passing is, this is when a person of one race passes for another race. And it was something a lot of black people did to fit in a white society, especially those who were very light skinned or may have had, white parents and such. Because, maybe in the 40s and 50s, things were a little bit difficult. So one of the ones I'm thinking about, man, was there was this, when I was on staff at Hickam, we had an exercise and we had this officer come from, I can say it now. I used to never say where he came from. He's from the academy. He was an instructor at the academy. And he was passing. And some odd reason, myself and my desk mate, we were both black, probably the only black people around. Mainly it's officers there and stuff. So only black officers around. This guy shows up. And after a couple of days, we figure out that he's black. Then he tells me like no one has ever figured out in his entire Air Force career that he was black. His father was black. He was a master sergeant in the Air Force. His mother was German. There was a total of 4 of them, kids-wise. The way he said it, he came out looking white. One of his siblings came out looking black. One sibling looked, standard what you think of someone who is mixed race, half black, half white. And the other one came out Mexican. But anyway, what makes it so funny is, Air Force is always talking about this diversity, and they're talking about how, racist stuff can't happen and blah, 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 bullshit, bullshit. Well, then he started confessing to me all the shit that white officers say about blacks behind their back. Because, when white folks are just by themselves, they say different things, which, yeah, makes sense. But yeah, I wonder if anyone in the Air Force, when they talk this equal opportunity bullshit that they want to talk, if they ever found somebody like that person and made them a plant to find out what white officers are really saying. But you know why they're not? Because the people who are in charge were the people who were saying that shit. They love to say shit because I'm going to go another one. Back in the day, before my time, and I can actually say this with a fairly straight face, a very straight face. There used to be a popular thing on especially remote Air Force bases, like in real shithole parts of the country, like in upstate, well, actually, the base I'm thinking about is Lower State, Michigan, like Wart Smith Air Force Base in the middle of no fucking where, you know, B-52s and KC-135s and shit. There used to be a popular thing going around called key parties. Those of you don't know what a key party is, y'all have a party at the some point in the night. There's a jar. Everyone throws their keys in and they pick them out, and then that dude goes home to the house of those keys and fucks that dude's wife. It actually kind of got the shit stopped when when AIDS and HIV came around. So, like I said, before my time. I remember when I was going through some upgrade training at Altus Air Force Base, and the colonel, the group commander, was, you know, going in there, and he was talking about integrity and all this bullshit. Really, it is bullshit. And he goes into the like what goes, because there's this the old thing we used to say, what goes TDY stays TDY. He was like, this thing about what goes TDY stays TDY does exist. You know, we're all about honor and integrity. You know what? That was long before that officer was telling me what was really happening, what white officers were saying about black officers and others. So I kind of really don't want to hear that shit. So if you really want to get a good movie, I guess there's a movie that just came out with Tessa Thompson, the chick from the Thor movies, who's now, King of the Asgardians, whatever. King Valkyrie. Oh, anyway, it's called Passing. I haven't seen it yet, but it seems interesting. It all started with what's his face? A little document, kind of like partial documentary I saw this morning, and I just like, let's go into it. It's like 4 a.m. and shit. I woke up and couldn't go back to sleep. It's on YouTube. That's why I found out about this movie, Passing. And then reminded me of a movie from Lana Turner from the 50s called Imitation of Life. If you can ever find that movie, go watch it. It's some interesting shit. Can't believe they actually made that movie. But But what was interesting is the documentary talked about this town in Ohio where everyone looks white, but they all identify as black. If you look white, why the fuck would you be identifying as black? That don't even make any sense to me. If I was light, bright, and white like these motherfuckers, I wouldn't identify as white. I mean black. I ain't gonna lie to you. Got that damn upper hand. Shit. Then look at these white folks identifying as black. You know, they had black ancestry. There was no doubt about it, but shit, everybody in this town looked white. I guess what the story was, at some point they sent they sent all the blacks and poor and second class poor white people to this town, and they just started intermarrying and shit over the years. Ohio. Okay. Did get another screwed up email today from another scammer. It's like they're daily now. It's probably a lot more. It's just one that got through the filters and then go to spam. Claiming it was from Kohl's, that I won a Ninja air fryer. Had a link for me to click on. Yeah. I really need to go find out where my Sandbox is. I actually have a Sandbox account. I hope I still have it. I may have just let that shit slide. And, you know, so I can actually go in and have a virtual PC. Most people do Sandboxes on their computers and shit, but I got a virtual PC. I don't even remember that shit's at. I got too much shit. So, got my shit arrived, sent out from Etsy. Hopefully it'll arrive soon. Love to show it to you. Got to start making more of these presents and stuff for clients. I really don't have much else to say other than this was me doing more of this because I said I'd do it every day. Who knows? Maybe I'll get into a little bit EDP mode since people keep commenting on EDP. Oh, another comment of a person who's asked this question in the comments gets this far. When I make those prank calls back out, I think I mentioned before I use an app called Hushed. I Best thing to do is like look on Social Stack and find it when they have it on a Social Stack deal, because I pay like $20 a year for 1,000 minutes. Also, if you don't want to do that, there's other things you can do to have a little private number like that. One is called Burner Phone. It's actually an app, and you can just change your numbers whenever you want. I don't know how much longer that's going to go with that new FCC rule that goes into effect at the end of the month. Oh, shit. I got to go register my numbers and shit. You got to like prove who you are now so you can send a text starting the end of this month. Damn it. I'm surprised nobody's reminded me because I got so many numbers and shit. That's not for telephone carrier. It's for like electronic systems like that Hushed and stuff like that. That's where you have to verify your identity. So I don't know how that's going to really work. But, with the number of junk texts I get every day, I can kind of see why they're doing it. Because everyone has discovered damn text marketing. Like, look at this one. Hello. I work with members of NAR, National Association of Realtors, to set up discounted medical coverage. Would you like a quote? And they'll just do it over and over again. They're a bunch of scammers. NAR has already said that shit's bullshit. So anyway, just finishing up, talking about the passing. Y'all should really look at Imitation of Life. Look at with me as I try to find this movie Passing. I don't know if it's in the theaters or what. I want to see it now because it's interesting, or it looked interesting. And yeah, it's called True Life. Anyone who believes any kind of bullshit, yeah, whatever.